If you consider yourself an entrepreneur, a leader, someone who's trying to make things happen in the world, it's very likely you've encountered constantly not doing the things you want to be doing and doing tons of things you don't want to be doing. And then we have this awkward experience of sitting there consciously knowing, like, why do I keep looking at my phone all day? Why do I keep sustaining these bad habits? When I'm clear and I know that where I want to go, what's important for me to work on, where my focus and energy and time should be going, it's right in front of you, and we just don't seem to find ourselves doing it. I call this entrepreneurial self-sabotage, and it's actually a pattern that runs rampant through any industry, any sector, any part of the world. And it's time that we change that. It's kind of shocking to me, and I hope it's shocking to you as well when you start to realize how much we've normalized the idea of feeling like crap every day, needing to drink caffeine all day to get things done, never being able to focus long enough to move the needle forward, and wondering why at the end of each week we're able to look back and just feel like nothing really happened and that we weren't productive. And then we just build up this internal anxiety that puts us in the perfect position to do the whole thing again next week. That needs to change. This problem doesn't get any easier when you start to realize a lot of the solutions that are out there are just a lot of surface level little hacks and tricks. Those are all powerful and important parts of the process, but not quite deep enough to get to the root and change where this is really coming from. Ritual Reboot is a self-study course that's an extremely in-depth dive into why you do things the way that you do, understanding what it is that needs to be done differently, and then actually designing a 7-day reboot process that takes you on a journey internally and externally to set you up so that things can shift permanently for you. And if you're anything like me, I'm sure you've noticed, just deciding to stop drinking all the coffee or focus more or try to get more done or be more productive, it almost never, pans out to be what we dreamed it to be because we're still dealing with our own unconscious tendencies.
Guys, if you feel like you're addicted to your phone, you're addicted to other sources of dopamine, whether it's social media, binge watching Netflix, sugar, caffeine, whatever it is for you, and you feel like you need a reset, you feel like you can't follow through with simple tasks, this program is the program that you need.
Part of what's so powerful about this program is its ability to dive deep and bring that unconsciousness to your awareness so that you're able to have a grip on what actually needs to happen for you and why it needs to happen. This program is great if let's say you're in a season of life where you're drinking way too much coffee, having trouble getting to bed on time, and your morning suffers because of that. And throughout the day, you're just kind of running around feeling like there's all the stuff to get done and none of it's really quite getting done. And it feels a lot better even sometimes to be lazy than to be productive. The overwhelm and the anxiety and this almost distraughtness that we have is constantly sending us to these stimulating, these numbing, these avoidance patterns that can show up in the form of substances or relationships or just simple little activities that we are doing or not doing. And all of it is this downward spiral, putting us in a worse off position to try to solve the whole problem in the first place.
I didn't know to the extent of how much I needed that support. The person that I was before those 30 days is completely different than the person that I am now. Nathaniel gives you specific things that you can do and change.
Ritual Reboot is designed as a very intentional, step-by-step process to actually set you up for that upward spiral so that every tiny little move and the big moves that you're making are putting you in a better and better and better position to truly be in the driver's seat of your own energy, your own performance, your own focus, and your own follow through.
I run my business on social media, and so there was this weird relationship that I was having where I felt like I had to be on my phone, but I also was not getting things done. I was mindlessly reaching for my phone, looking for that hit of dopamine that we get when we check our notifications. And so I invested in this program, and it is so well thought out in detail, the way that Nathaniel is with you every step of the way. He helps you set up for the dopamine detox, prepare for it. He's with you every single day of your dopamine detox experience. It really made me start appreciating the small things again, like going on walks, taking baths, spending time with my partner, and things that I was really taking for granted.
I want to invite you to consider that you are a high performer naturally. As a human being on planet Earth, doing what's natural, doing what makes sense, all of that is already perfectly designed for you to crush it all the time on your terms. And it's actually all of the little things that get in the way of that natural relationship that are throwing you off. Ritual Reboot is a proven and simple process that allows you to kind of come to terms with how things are set up for you be absolutely clear on how you need to change that setup, and then engages you into a process of actively making that shift, right? Actively showing up in new ways, making new choices, and having the proper type of review and integration so that these things stick and become your new default.
Nathaniel to me is the foundation guy. He's the guy, he helps you get your sleep right. He helps you get your nutrition right. He helps you get your self-care right. He helps you get your empowerment to a new level. It definitely enhanced my life. It helped me become more intentional. I still do the journals to this day every morning. Just even having that sense of tribe and community to hold you to maybe a new standard, maybe a new level of accountability. I know for me, I was more inspired to stay consistent and committed when I had this tribe.
So if you've always dreamed of being that person with the awesome morning routine and those sustained energy levels, right? Being able to decide to get something done and then get it done at that time, right? To set out projects and tasks and opportunities in your life and be that person who naturally, automatically is able to show up to them, make them happen, and do them in a way that feels fun and fulfilling, this is the program for you. And maybe you've experienced that version of yourself before too, and you just happen to be in a season where one of those legs on the table is a little wobbly. This is the perfect opportunity to come in, tighten those screws, get yourself back into gear, while also becoming a part of a wonderful community of high performers just like you, who are all about optimizing themselves without the burnout, without the old school kind of hustle mentality. It's actually about setting ourselves up holistically in this integrative way that allows us to move through life and meet each day as it comes and have the resilience and the lucidity and the connection to ourself and what really matters so that we can be making the right choices naturally. So if you're feeling the call, there's a button right below this video. We'd love to have you sign up today, and we'll see you in the group.